What's going on, everybody? Yannick here, and this is a different video for me. I've never done a review or talked about walkie-talkies before, but I recently went camping. I've been doing a lot of kayaking lately, and we just went camping over the weekend, and we're like, we could use some walkie-talkies, because we've noticed times we'd have to split up. One of us would have to go, walk, say, to the shower, which was actually kind of far away. And a lot of times we got split up. Also, we realized when kayaking, communication was bad because we have two Oru kayaks, but usually you're not always side by side. One person goes ahead of the other person goes, and they take breaks rowing, and it's almost was like, wow, why didn't we think of this sooner? So we're camping, we're like, let's go get some walkie-talkies. So we went to Walmart, and this is the Cobra RX685. And there, Walmart had, and we were kind of in the middle of nowhere, so Walmart was like our only option. But Walmart had a couple of options. They had like 3 or 4 Cobras. They had some Midlands, I think, and some other company, but they didn't have like any Motorola's or anything. And Motorola, to me, was like, just from like history, is like they are like the creator of walkie-talkies. Like they're like the Apple of walkie-talkies. At least that's how I'm thinking in my mind. But I've also had heard of Cobra. I mean, because Cobra, I think they make CB radios, and they've been around a while. So I'm in Walmart, and of course, I can't just do like an impulse purchase and grab it off the shelf and buy it. I'm like sitting there like reading reviews, and I decided to go with this. This was in my opinion, was the best walkie-talkie that Walmart had in the store. But anyways, let me just get to the point. So in summary, I buy this. We actually really liked it a lot. It's IP54, so it's dust and water resistant. This is only IPX4. So not quite as resistant as this. But the reason for this video is I wanted to, because I couldn't find any like this, I can't freaking decide which one I want. And basically, this story's all over the place. Basically, we bought this when we went camping. And because I'm like obsessive with technology, I've started to do deep research. I was like up all night looking at walkie-talkies. I came across this, and I really liked the form factor. I liked the brand. I'm going to be honest. I was like, this is Motorola. What else? Oh, I really liked the smart features with this. You can text with this using their Talk About application. That was really cool to me. That was actually one of the main reasons I wanted this one. This is the T801 from Motorola. They also have the T800, and the T801 and the T800 appear to be the exact same besides the color, and it looks like the magnetic charging ports on the back. But I'm going to get to that in a second. So I ordered this bad boy, and I'm like, this is 100% going to be the replacement for this. I'm like, I'm going to get this one. This is the one I really want, but that Walmart didn't have it. I'm going to sell this. So we get back, and I'm like, and this was the one we actually got to test and use. Like, I haven't even used this one at all. But I'm like, I'm having trouble letting this one go, and let me tell you why. This one comes with the cradle, the charging cradle. So when you're done with it, you just throw it in the cradle. That sounds minimal. This one doesn't. Not only does it not come with the cradle, I can't even find one for it. I can't stress that enough. I can't even find one for it. And I'll tell you one thing I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to be fiddling with this port and then grabbing a cord and jamming it in here while I'm holding this and then putting that down, getting the other one, doing the same thing. Because these obviously come in pairs of 2s. I'm not doing that. So extremely disappointed in Motorola. For them, they're the leader in push-to-talk devices, and they don't even, It's like, okay, you're not going to include the cradle. Okay, at least have one I can buy. There was one I found one on their website that's no longer for sale, and it's just a single cradle. It's not even a dual cradle. This one's a dual cradle. It's one thing that takes two. Like, this is so simple. It's such a huge miss by Motorola. The other thing that this does better is the flashlight. I just tested it last night. This covers a wider area, a much wider area than this one. This one is bright, but in a very small circle. It's the only way I can describe it. Like if you're in a totally dark room and you shine this at the wall, you see this like tiny circle. It's like, what the freak is the point of this? It's not, flashlight should be wide. That's what this does. This is wide. I know you're not gonna be able to tell this in the video, but I just take my word for it. In a dark room, you turn this on, you see way more. You see like the whole room. You turn this on, you see a little circle. And there's a design flaw. When you're shining this antenna shows up in the shadow of the light, meaning there's a circle, and then before the circle ends or completes, you see this gap. This antenna is literally in the way of the light. That's just poor design. You can even actually see right here that the light is reflecting off of the antenna. You can see it as proof. See it shining off the antenna? So it's bouncing, this is projecting, and part of it is hitting the antenna. And you see that on the wall. Motorola let me down. The other thing that this is something you wouldn't even think about. How it sits on a table. Now this, again, I haven't even started using this yet, so it's not a big deal, but I have noticed this one's more wobbly because of their design choice to have this weird, pointless overhang. There's literally no point to this. They should have just removed that and flattened out the black surface, get rid of this, whatever this green loop is. And yeah, it's slightly heavier than this one. So meaning on long hikes or trips, this is gonna feel better in your hand, in your pocket, wherever it is. This is slightly heavier. What else? Thickness. I can't even believe this list. It's like, it's blowing my mind. This is like shit Motorola should be nailing. They're very comparable in size. Even the antenna height's about the same. But I actually think, yeah, the RX685 is actually thinner. If you look at just the black body of this compared to this is even thinner than the Motorola. So it feels better in the hand, it's more grippy, and it's thinner. Like Motorola, you're losing on every point. So I'm going through the cons now. There are some things that this does better. Give me a second. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The light. Yeah, all right, I think I covered everything. So that's why this isn't an easy decision. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy the fancy Motorola one, which by the way, these are the same price. But I'm like, in my head when I was camping, I'm like, this is gonna be the temporary one to get us through our camping trip. This is gonna be the bad boy I'm gonna keep forever that I really like. I'm gonna return this. That was my thought. I get home and I'm like, I don't wanna return this. I'm looking at the cradle, which is right up there. I'm looking at the charging cradle, doing research for this charging cradle, can't find it. I'm like, damn. All right, so that's that. So let me get to the things the Motorola does better. 10 minutes into the video. The button. This is huge to me. And my girlfriend agreed. Clicking the PTT button on this is hard to do. We had a lot of mispresses when we were kayaking. We're like, did I press it? No, I didn't press it. It's very, actually you can hear it. It's very hard to click. Here's the other weird thing. You see how long the button is? The press only matters in the middle. So if you do up here, nothing. Down here, nothing. Only matters in the middle. That's terrible design. Whether I press up or down, it should work. This is where Motorola succeeds. Not only is it way easier to press, you're exerting way less force, but there's two options. You could do a high frequency and you can do a low frequency. So if you're right next to somebody, you can do the L or you can do the H. There's two options. That's huge. This is a push-to-talk device. It can't be hard. This is the biggest miss Cobra has. It cannot be hard to initiate a PTT session. There shouldn't be mispresses, and it shouldn't take that much finger force to press the button. And I absolutely hate it. What we did when we were kayaking was we set these like this, and then we would take a break and we would, and then we would click the button with the thumb. Even right now, it's hard to press. Also, I like the screen better on this. It's brighter and it's color, and it just looks cooler, and it's like a hidden screen. I also like the knob better on this one. It has these grooves, so turning on and spinning the knob feels better, whereas this volume knob and power on knob is just smooth. This comes with smart features and an app called Talk About, where you can text and track people's location. That's huge. It has built-in Bluetooth. And it has customizable call tones. I think it has like can't remember how many. It has a lot of different customizable call tones. Those are the things that this does better. Also, I'm a huge fan of green. I like the green design and the aesthetics of this one better, but I also like the rugged aesthetics of this one too. This one just looks more military grade. This one just looks like more fun, which is kind of a con to me. Like, I don't want to be carrying this around. It looks like I got a kid's toy. You know, I want it to feel ruggedized like this one. So, IP54, IPX4. If we compare those pros and cons, this one did a lot better than this one. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I can't fucking make up my mind on which one I want to keep. I'm debating keeping both of them. But that'd be a huge waste of money. And hopefully this video helps some of you that are currently deciding if you're deciding between the two. They're in the exact same price range, same feature set. They both output up to 2 watts of power and support around the same amount of channels. I think this one has more security private channels. Technically they're not private, but one-to-one security channels. But yeah, and they both are FRS, family radio service. So yeah, I mean, these are about, I couldn't find a review like this or a comparison, and I thought, I mean, there's no two better walkie-talkies to compare than these two. So anyways, that's my predicament. Honestly don't know. If I could find a charging cradle for this, I would go with this one because I like the aesthetics. I like that it's a newer device. I like the smart features with the app. Even though I don't really like the flashlight too much, it's like, should still work. Maybe. I don't know. I can't believe that it's bouncing off the antenna. It's like, really? You could have just put it down here at the bottom. You could have got rid of this thing, put the light down here at the bottom, which is what they did with this device. It's a smart design decision. Like, oh, I'm not going to put it up here because it's going to hit the antenna. Like, let's put it at the bottom. Like, it's just common sense that Motorola appeared to be missing. So anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If it helped you at all, give it a thumbs up or leave a comment.